What's going on? Welcome to another video, and today is another end of year list. Like I said in a few videos ago, we're doing these end of year lists like we always do, best, worst movies of 2020, and today is the bottom 10 movies of 2020 from the ones that I saw. I always hate doing this list because I know how hard it is to make movies, and I don't like to rag on movies because I know how hard it is to make movies, but there are some that I just are at the bottom of the barrel. So again, I know how hard it is to make a movie, and I have respect for the people that are able to get it done. But there are just some that come in just at the bottom. So there's no dishonorable mentions because after the top 10, I kind of enjoyed the rest of the movies I saw this year. So, you know, there's not really many bad ones to talk about. Fortunately, because last year I went out to watch 100 movies from 2020 or 2019, and I saw 111. But with that, I saw a lot of really, really bad movies. So this year, COVID helped with that a little bit because there wasn't as many movies coming out. But I also told myself, if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. So that's what I did this year. I still hit over 50 movies this year, so that's not bad, especially with COVID. But yeah, let me know down below in the comments what's your least favorite movie of 2020. What's the movie that you saw that you were like, oh my god, that is just not good? And yeah, I think without further ado, let's just kind of get into it. I'm not going to give long reviews. I don't want to rag on movies, so I'll just kind of tell you a few things I didn't really like, and then we will be on our merry way. So, coming in at number 10, which the worst, my least favorite movie of the year, will be at number 1. So this is just barely made the list. So coming in at number 10 is Hillbilly Elegy. So I was really, really looking forward to this film. You've got Glenn Close, Amy Adams, who are both fantastic. And I will say, the reason it's at number 10 is because the performances by those two in particular are just that good. They are really, really good. They are going to get Oscar bait. I mean, this movie is very Oscar baity. And they will probably get some recognition. I don't know if they'll win. I don't think they'll win, but they may get some nominations. So for that alone, that is why it's at number 10 on the list. But the rest of it's very clunky. The script is clunky. It really had trouble finding its identity. I mean, I like the based on true story kind of feel-good aspect of it, but, you know, Amy Adams' character is just so unlikable, and I know that's what they were trying to do, but I think they overdid it, because you want to see her get better, you want to see her overcome these things that she has, and she doesn't. She's just a very unlikable character, and I get that's how it was supposed to happen, but, you know, overall, a very clunky script. Not fantastic writing. The performances really are the only reason why this is at number 10 on my list. Coming in number 9 is Spencer Confidential. So now another one that just barely made the list. I did enjoy some aspects of it. I do think it's rather funny, but that's kind of as far as it goes. Mark Wahlberg and Spencer Duke are okay. They don't give really good performances. Mark Wahlberg's character is not very likable at all, so you're not rooting for him. And overall, it's just a clunky script. It's not very well done. I mean, the filming itself is okay, but overall, I got a few laughs, but what it was trying to be, it wasn't. It tried to have the identity of something, and it just didn't pan out, and it comes in at number 9 on the list. Coming in at number 8, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the numbers, and they're like, it's like 45, 46, 47. Coming in number 8 is Buddy Games. Not a good movie. Josh Duhamel, you're a cool guy. You are fine on the eyes for a lot of people. This is not good. It was very raunchy, but to a point that was uncomfortable. The writing's not good, and the performance, it's just overall just not a good movie. And I tried to find redeeming qualities for it. It's got, you know, like an okay ending, maybe, but really in all, it's just not good. I mean, the writing really kills this movie because it's just you hate everyone on screen, and it was just not not good at all, and it comes at number 8 on my list. Coming in at number 7 is Desperados. Now, I know I've said this for most of the other films so far, but this one is clear as to why I don't like it. I hated the main character. In a film like this, you want to root for the main character. You do. That's what a rom-com type thing is. You want to root for that main character. You want them to find love. I hated the main character. And that is strictly because the main character was written so poorly. I think Nasim Pedrad gives a good enough performance for what she has to work with, but she doesn't have much, and what she does have is a lot of acts and dialogue that make you not like her, and I don't like that. And the film was a drag. It was long. I didn't enjoy it, and it was very relatable. Not relatable. It was very. You knew where it was going. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was very easy to follow, and it just killed it for me. It killed it because I saw the trailer. I was like, oh, that might be kind of fun, but nah, it killed it, and it comes in at number 7 on my list. Coming in at number 6 is What Did Jack Do? I don't understand this one. It's David Lynch. I know he's very eclectic. He's got a certain style. I get what he's trying to do, and for some people, they might have absolutely loved this. I didn't. I know David Lynch is he is what he is, and I guess I'm just not a big fan of his style. But I didn't find it funny. I think it was supposed to be like a comedy and like dramedy type short film, and I just felt like I wasted 17 minutes. It was what it was. It was fine, I guess, but for me, I just didn't enjoy it. I felt like I wasted my time, and it comes in at number 6 on my list. Coming in at number 5 is Downhill. Now, this one hurts because I was really looking forward to this one. Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Will Ferrell as a couple. I was really looking forward to this one. But it was very disappointing. It's probably my most disappointing one of the year. The writing is not great, and they're adapting it from a film, from I believe it's a French film. I could be wrong. Don't hate me if I got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a French film that they're remaking a French film. But it just didn't have the charm that I think they were trying to have. I didn't like the writing just didn't work for me. It didn't convey a clear message, and it was a lot of just arguing and fighting. And I kind of get what they were going for. I get it, but it didn't resonate with me enough for me to enjoy it. I was like, okay, let's get on with it. Let's find a conclusion. It's very long. The pacing was not good. I just didn't enjoy it. And it's so disappointing because I wanted to love this film because I love Will Ferrell and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and them together, that's a powerhouse. And it just failed for me. It failed for me, and I hate it, but it did. That comes at number 5 on my list. Coming at number 4 is The Kissing Booth 2. I haven't seen Kissing Booth 1, so I don't know. But Kissing Booth 2 wasn't good. It's so not what high school's like, first off. Second off, a lot of the writing is very convenient, obviously to push the plot. I didn't like that because it was very obvious. The story overall is very obvious. You know what's going to happen. You can predict what's going to happen. And again, the characters were not likable. I did not like the main character. I felt like they were digging themselves into a hole, screwing everything up, and asking for forgiveness. And that's the entirety of this movie. Pushing away the best friend who actually was one of the better parts of the movie, and just making terrible decisions. And that's all in the writing. That character is written terribly. Not good at all. And they're making a third one. I don't understand that. But it was a hard pill to swallow. I did not enjoy it, and it comes in number 4 on my list. Coming in number 3 is To All the Boys, P.S. I Still Love You. I'm really hitting a demographic right now that is going to hate me on that last 2. It's the same thing as The Kissing Booth. The character was written terribly. The character we're supposed to be rooting for was not written well. They kept digging themselves into holes. They kept making really bad decisions for the sole purpose of pushing forward the plots and making a conflict. That's strictly what they were trying to do. It is very easy to not get into the situation that the main character was getting into, but they did, and I did not like it. The only good thing about this film, in my opinion, is that Jordan Fisher is in it. He is fantastic. I love Jordan Fisher, and he was actually not bad. But it's the same as Kissing Booth 2. It's just not good writing at all. And I know I'm not the target demographic. I know I'm not. But come on. Make it a little less obvious. I mean, for real. We got 2 more, and I'm thankfully out of that demographic of rom-com. We're out of there. We're gone. Thank God. Coming in number 2 is The Last Days of American Crime. I was interested in this concept. I thought it might be pretty well. It might be an interesting movie. My God, was I wrong. The action was not what I thought it was going to be. I did not enjoy it. The characters are very, very shallow. There's no stakes. You don't feel for them. The main character is a shallow shell of a person. I could attribute all of that again to the writing, but I'm not going to throw writing under the bus for every single movie, even though that's what the issue for a lot of these is. But it's also a very long movie. It's a long movie, and it drags. I almost considered stopping halfway through. I didn't, because I was like, I'm gonna get to the end, but it was not an enjoyable time. It's like Netflix has their fantastic Oscar-worthy movies, and then they have a pile of doo-doo, and this just happened to be one of those ones that fell into the pile of doo-doo. And most of these movies that I'm talking about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the bottom 10 are Netflix movies, so I'm sorry, Netflix. You got some winners, but you got some losers too. And it was not fun at all, and it comes in at number 2 on my list. But the most dishonorable, my least favorite movie of 2020 is The Last Thing He Wanted. And this is another one like Downhill that really kills me, because this is such an interesting concept. It's also about journalism, which I am always a fan of journalism, but the cast is absolutely incredible. Anne Hathaway, Ben Affleck, Rosie Perez, Willem Dafoe. I mean, come on. It wasn't good. The movie was too long. It dragged like a moe. It was written very poorly. And the performances, I hate to say it, in this film were not great. Felt like they didn't want to be there. It was a sorry excuse, I believe, for a film. It didn't seem like the actors wanted to be there. It wasn't written well. It dragged. It was long. I almost fell asleep multiple times. This movie killed it for me. I mean, it did. I did not enjoy it. It's another Netflix movie, and it just was very disappointing because I wanted to like this one because it's got journalism involved. It's got a fantastic cast, but it just didn't work. And that was very disappointing. It comes in number 1 on my list. But guys, that's pretty much it. I absolutely hate making these videos because, again, I know how hard it is to make films, and ragging on films is just so hard. But I know you guys like to see these types of lists, and I actually had 10 that I did not like this year. And in past years, I haven't had 10 that I didn't like, so I didn't make the list. I think last year was an example of that. I could be wrong. But it's tough. But let me know down below in the comments, what was your least favorite movie of 2020? I could be completely wrong, you know, like, you could have loved The Kissing Booth 2, or To All the Boys I Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You. You could have loved those films. Just not my cup of tea. Just not my cup of tea. But guys, let me know down below what you think. No, this is going up later at the end of the year. I'm sorry, I'm recording these early to get them done. Go check out my second channel, Fanatic Film Reviews. I've got a review for Soul and for Wonder Woman 1984, both up on that channel, as well as The Mandalorian Season 2. Reviews are all up over there. I will leave a link in the description. Make sure you go check out the new channel. I would really appreciate it. But guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video.